If you want something bad enough and you actually, you apply yourself, then you can do whatever you want in this world.
Hi, my name is Raymond Page. I'm editor-in-chief of Compass News on the Ammerman campus.
At the Compass News, we're very busy. We're a very busy publication. We take things very seriously here. We really try to run a fun type of atmosphere, but at the same time, our work ethic is, second to none. My role is basically to edit all the papers that come in from all of our writers. We pretty much hand out work and we assign stories to our writers. I answer questions, comments, concerns. It's a big learning experience for me because I'm in a position of authority, and on one point you don't want to abuse that authority, and on the other point you really want to do what you can to kind of help people with their lives, and it's a very enriching and amazing process. I remember the time I got my first A in school. And I was so excited to go home and tell my mother and tell my family and friends and everybody, look what I did. And it was almost a surprise. And I remember what the teacher told me. And she looked me in the eyes and she's like, I wish I could give you more. I wish there was more that I can do, but the school only lets me give an A. And I couldn't believe it. And I remember always thinking, I had like a little inkling that I was a good writer, but I never really knew what I was capable of. And to hear that, for somebody to actually articulate that to me, was just life-changing. The biggest obstacle I've overcome is self-recognition. Understanding, there's so many people that go through this world and they don't want to, they want to pass the buck, so to speak. They never want to, have accountability for their actions. They don't want to admit that it might have been them that's the problem. And I realized a few years back that if I don't do that, it's debilitating. I'm destroying myself. It's counterproductive. So to be able to look in the mirror or look somebody in the eye and tell them, you know what, that was my fault, is amazing. And I don't think people realize how far an I'm sorry can really go, or I was wrong, what can I do to make it better? So that's important in life, to be able to look at somebody and say, how can I make this better, recognize your own faults, and then, be proactive and move forward.
What I see this paper doing for me and working for the Writing Center and being so involved not only scholastically but in an extracurricular sense is that it allows me to lead people and to help people, which ultimately provides me with encouragement and a sense of satisfaction as well.
People so many times say that school really helps you, being involved, in an extracurricular sense really helps you to get through. And that is so true. I believe that with all my heart. You hear a lot of can'ts, and when you say you can't, then you can't. Because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you say I can, then you will. And that's the reality. And so many people, they don't know that they can't. They don't recognize that there's potential within themselves. And nobody's ever, kind of taken them under their wing and said, you can. Because what I'm giving to them is showing them that it's not too late. I'm 30 years old. I'm not really old, but I'm not really young. I'm in that needy part of the curve right now. And I'm doing a lot of this stuff because it really makes me feel good. It's a genuine sense of, helping the community and helping other people and doing things, just because it feels good in my heart to do.